At this point in time, I've only got one child. And when you're talking with people, it's a common question. I think some people are afraid to ask because it's awkward for some people who are having like fertility issues. But when you tell them you've got one child, the most common question is, are you going to have any more kids? And at this moment in time, my answer to that would be no. And yeah, if I had to kind of uncover why I feel that way, I think it comes down to the fact that if you have more kids, it equates to more risk. Um, Not so much when they're a baby or a child, because that's the whole fucking trip of parenthood. You don't know what the fuck you're doing the first time around. It's very daunting and confronting. You're sleep deprived, figuring out all this new shit, and then once you've figured out the stage in which your infant is at, then they change and there's new shit you got to learn. So it's kind of a bit of a ride with the first baby. But then they get a bit older and you figure it out. You're like, oh, it wasn't actually that bad. And I've got all these skills now. I guess I could apply it to another child and it would be a way more chill pregnancy and first couple of years because it'd be a variation on the same theme, except you are going into it with more skills this time around. So that aspect, there's no more risk. But I feel already just with one child, a sense of kind of impending doom with realizing that and it happens early, like as soon as they're out of your sight, they start going to school, daycare, or whatever, you start realizing, okay, something could be happening to them and I'm not in the vicinity, and so I can't control what's happening. And yeah, something bad could happen with me not being there. So you live with this kind of worry. And with one child, assuming you're on good terms with the your significant other, you can kind of like you've got them outnumbered. It's a 2-on-1 game. So you've kind of got like two uh invested adults planning and worrying about one child. So that's a pretty decent amount of coverage you've got with one. With two, it suddenly becomes an even ball game. It's like fucking 2-on-2 B ball. White man can't jump shit. And then then you got fucking if you have more, then it's like, well, you're outnumbered now. And what's gonna happen? And so at least for me, that's why I don't want to have more kids. Ultimately, the question, it's kind of like a question of control. Having children forces you to get really honest with yourself about how much of a control freak you are. And we're all control freaks to a certain degree over different things. But something about having a child really kind of like does draw a line in the sand with your life about like, okay, what aspects of it am I willing to kind of leave up to chance and mystery? And what other things do I need to kind of lock down and plan for? Because I would find it completely unacceptable if it went outside the way in which I'm imagining it. And so for a long time, I guess with my own life, I was like, yeah, whatever, man, whatever's going to happen. But I guess with your child's life, you're like, there's some non negotiables for the first 20 years, pretty much. Then whatever. Hopefully, I've done as much as I possibly can at that point, and then whatever happened, good luck. Uh but yeah, and I just think that like, wow, I feel kind of drained doing that with just one child. Imagine more. Would you just slowly be like, whatever, two, three, four, fuck it, they're all the same, and they would kind of like help each other out and stuff like that. They've got the sibling relationships. I'm not disputing that, but at least for me, I can't yeah, I couldn't do it because I just the control aspect of it is too daunting. And yeah, and there's only so much you can control for. You can't nerf the world. There's still the risk of the late night phone call, which is ironic now because every fucking influencer, health and fitness guru on YouTube saying don't sleep with your iPhone in your bedroom. Keep it away so you're not tempted to have a nosy through Reddit at 1 a.m. when you wake up for a piss break. Um, yeah, and if you do have your phone next to you, well, I do, but I put it on fucking silent, baby. So I'm taking that late night phone call at 7 a.m., bitch. I'm getting it the next morning once I've had my 8 hours. It's probably better. Because what the fuck? If you're getting the call, it's more like have some bad news. You can't do anything about it. I guess sometimes your child might be calling for help. Yeah, I guess it's probably at a certain point, it's going off silent so that I can be privy to anything bad that's going to happen ASAP. So there we go. There's my sleep gone during the teenage years. But yeah, I guess I do also wonder about like for me the I was talking to a buddy today about Burning Man, about this recent supposed catastrophe that was happening there with all the rain and how it was like this maelstrom of carnage according to the social media commentary. And then the people who were there, they were like, no, it was fine. A bit more rain than usual. It took us longer to clear out, but everyone was in good spirits and we still got fucking loaded. It was a good time. So the social media mob wanted a Firefest 2.0 and they didn't get it. The actual narrative didn't align with the catastrophe that the Schadenfreude and fucking social media mob was demanding. And things like Burning Man and stuff like that, I think it's kind of like it's like a at least from the outside looking in, this communal kind of experience where people are undergoing growth together. And for me, I think that like, nah, that's fake growth. Like it's fake change or fake connection. The only time that really happens is when something goes drastically wrong. Failure, pain, that actually forces you to change and you become a different person when bad stuff happens. So I'm also kind of aware of that with my life as well, and that like that's kind of the beautiful thing of having a child is that you know that they're gonna like they are gonna fuck up and it's gonna hurt you. And so you're kind of aware of that there's like a privilege in that you are leaving yourself open to chance. Also, you've kind of completed your life's purpose in a sense where it's like, yeah, I'm a materialist. I've procreated. Fucking hell, there's like a 50% me running around. Fantastic. I'm pretty much done. That's it. Curtains, baby. But why did I bring up the Burning Man tangent? Essentially, that like I think you should be chasing. You get sick of yourself at a certain point, and you want some change, and you want to grow. But I think that like going to things like Burning Man, at least for me, kind of doesn't really work because I'm like, yeah, this is fake. I need something bad to happen for me to actually change my perspective on things. Otherwise, I've kind of like I can fucking 4D chess myself and you know outsmart myself when I feel like I'm actually making changes. My subconscious is like, not really, mate. Calling the shots back here. So I guess if you go out on a limb and you have a bunch of kids and you, I don't know, you live wild and free, then you're going to just be fucking opening yourself wide up to a lot of kind of potential mistakes and pain. And then you're going to become like a different person every year almost. So that's kind of thrilling. But yeah, nah, man. I'm just going to stay me for the time being. All right. Look out for my late night call next time it comes through. Peace out.